This conversation is one that may trigger some of you. It's one that I get asked a lot about. This question is one that plagues so many of you, and it's what goes wrong in long-term relationships, marriages. Why are we seeing marriages after decades end? Why are we seeing relationships after decades end? And it boils down to one thing. It boils down to complete depolarization of the marriage, demasculization of the marriage. It's these two things actually that happens. And so let me talk you through what that actually means. Okay? So at the beginning of your relationship, it's beautiful because there's something called polarization. And let me give the example of a magnet. A magnet has a positive and a negative charge at either end, right? So if you put the two positives together, they're going to repel. If you put the two negatives, they're going to repel, right? What happens? They repel. But what happens if you put the negative and the positive together? It's like it attracts, right? That's what happens in your relationship at the beginning, because 9 times out of 10, as a woman, you're in your authentic feminine, and as a man, you're in your authentic masculine, or your balance, right? We all as humans have masculine and feminine energies within us. I'm talking about feminine and masculine energies, not whether you're a man or a woman, but right now I'm just talking about that. So in me, I have a bit of masculine and a whole lot of feminine, right? When I'm in my balance, I'm more feminine, dominant. So when you're in your balance, usually when you are dating or attracting or, at the beginning of your relationship, you're in your balance. And if you're not, this is how you attract the wrong person to start off with. Right? So the name of the game is get in your balance. And you're in your balance when you feel good, right? For men, you feel confident. If you're a man who's masculine energy, you're going to feel powerful and confident. If you're a man who's 50-50, you're going to feel in tune with your emotions. You're going to feel powerful and confident. You're going to feel in balance. And it's when you feel most good about yourself, right? And so flirting occurs because you've got this polarity. Your masculinity is being attracted to her polarity, right? So it's a beautiful flirtation. What I have witnessed happen over time in relationships is that, particularly when there's a huge change in your relationship, so it could be that you've relocated somewhere, it could be that you've got one of you or both of you got a brand new job that completely shifts the dynamics of how much time, energy, effort you have to put in the relationship. Most of the time I see this happening when you have children. Because what happens when you have children? The woman usually stays at home 9 times out of 10. And the man goes out to work. And the amount of energy and effort and time that is available for the relationship drops. The numbers are arbitrary, but I would say probably about 90%, because the focus is on the baby or the new job or the new location or whatever the new move was. And none of you prepare for this. By that I mean, you're having a baby, you read all the books about parenting, you prepare, you have all the things, but you don't prepare for the change in your relationship. And so it catches you off guard. So what happened in my relationship, for example, my husband just disappeared. He went out to work. He's a serial entrepreneur. And this happens even more so in entrepreneurial couples, where if one of you is an entrepreneur, he just disappeared. And so I was left in the house to protect and provide for this new baby. Now, protecting and providing is a masculine trait. It required me to elevate my masculine energy. And in doing that, He was in his masculine because he was out providing. And so what happened was there was this, me and my masculine, him and his masculine, depolarization. Do you see that? We repelled each other. So there was a decade or so of fighting and very little attraction because we hadn't prepared. What does preparation look like? Allocating, literally, this is what it is. Allocating time, ring fence time for your relationship where you get to remember each other. And it's literally dates. And it can be dates at home. It can be a walk in the park when the baby's sleeping, right? It can, but it's allocated focus time on the two of you. It can be pillow talk before you go to bed. It's invested time and energy and effort that you did before that you do again. So that's the first piece, understanding that this is the depolarization. Then what happens is the demasculization, and I basically call this he hands over his balls. So guys, you hand over your balls to your woman. What I mean by that is, because there's very little attraction, that means there's very little sex and intimacy, right? Because you have to have polarization for that to happen, or the scratch and itch kind of sex. But it's not great. And a lot of people put this down to being tired, having a baby, new job, all the things. And that is a factor, but it's also the depolarization. Because you can be tired and exhausted and all that and still be attracted and want intimacy, right? If you're polarized. So then what happens is there becomes this stage where, because for men innately, they are here to procreate, their desire for intimacy needs to be quenched and they get thirsty for it. And it's not saying that women don't, but it's stronger feeling for men because they're here to procreate and make sure their DNA is passed on, right? It's legacy planning, but DNA legacy planning. And so what happens as a result of this, he will become a pleaser. He will drop into his feminine, inauthentic, nothing wrong with his feminine, but when it becomes an inauthentic balance, right? So the woman's here in her masculine, he drops into his inauthentic feminine. Why? To create polarization, right? The magnet attracting. The problem with that is it's inauthentic. I remember being so tired of having to make all the decisions, plan everything, do everything, and I'd ask him, can you do a date for me? And he'd be like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Oh, can you book it? Not quite what I want you to take the initiative. That's comes in his masculine leadership. And so this is the demasculation stage. And for many couples, you stay like this forever because you don't know what to do. You're not even aware of it. And what it can end in is the 3 S's. One of you strays, or you settle, or you separate. But nobody does the 4th, which is solve. Solve the real problem. And the real problem is for you as guys to stop pleasing. Build your confidence back. Start to become the man you were. Take leadership and charge, even if there's some fight and resistance from your woman. Because remember, she's in her masculine. You're rising again in your masculine. There's going to be a bit of this at the beginning. But you have to stay strong. Because when you stay strong, she can trust that you will protect and provide for her. Emotionally. Not just financially, I'm talking about emotionally. And she can relax and she'll soften. So that's the first piece. The second piece is, ladies, remember who you are. Your power is not in your masculine. Your power and your magnetism is in your feminine. As a woman, you're here to magnetize, not chase. Remember that. Stand firm in who you are. And this is something I spoke about in I have a ladies go first in a circle. It's like a mastermind I run. And in this, I just spoke about it yesterday actually. It's not about, because I got asked, well, how do you do that? It's less of the doing. Zip it. Don't say anything. Just don't try and help him. Because in helping him, you're telling him you don't believe he's capable. You don't believe in his power. You're mothering. So when you mother, you get a baby. You get a boy. So many women have said, how do I stop having another child? I feel like I've got a third child. Stop mothering him. Trust in his ability. In his ability to lead. Might not be the way you do it. And let me tell you, ladies, when you let your man lead and you surrender and receive, holy shit, what they can produce blows my mind. But the key to this is you receiving. The key to this is you praising when he delivers, even if it's not exactly how you want it. Praise first, acknowledge first, receive first, then request a way or an enhancement. If you think you need it, I'll be, most of the time you get surprised, because when we fully receive, we don't need anything else. Because it's not about the thing they do, it's actually about the attention they give us, their presence. That's all we need. But we arse it up, basically, because we get in our heads and we don't receive fully. And the feminine is all about receiving. The masculine is all about giving. And so the feminine, when we receive fully, we release any doubt, any disappointment. And for men, when they give and we receive fully, they release the need for shame, for guilt, for feeling like they're not enough. This is really the code, because otherwise shame, guilt, disappointment will kill not only your relationship, but you. Because you'll get in a loop and a pattern of expecting disappointment, and they will expect shame. So gentlemen, I'm speaking to you now. It's going to require courage from you to overcome your own wounds, your own demons when she knocks you back. Keep going. It's just her nervous system being jolted because she's not used to it. She's been in the leadership role for so long, it's unfamiliar. What the hell is this? Right? And this, I tell you guys, is so difficult in a long-term relationship when you're in the rut of decades of her leading and him being the pleaser. But I promise you, you practice this, I promise you, it will change like that. You'll go back to the natural polarization that you had at the beginning, but with more depth, more understanding of each other. Get curious about each other. And this is the reason I specifically designed 2 of my signature programs. Ladies go first, men only. Ladies, your frequency is what will lead. That's why you button it and you just feel into his heart and his intention. And you remember why you're with this man. That's your frequency. He will feel that and he will deliver if he's the one. And by the way, ladies, you can do this with dating as well. You don't have to go on all their apps. A lot of people like them. I think there's a different way. And that way is be the magnet, be who you are, be present in who you are. Own your femininity. Unapologetically, when somebody gives you a compliment, you say, thank you. I know I'm beautiful and I appreciate you saying it. Thank you. Own it. There's nothing sexier than a woman who knows who she is and knows how to receive with grace. Own it. So if you want more information on those programs or you want to join my inner circle for ladies, comment ladies or comment men and we can take care of you. Thanks so much for your time. If you found this useful, please subscribe. Please send me a comment. Let me know what you found useful. Let me know if it supported you in your long-term relationship or marriage. Bye for now.